All right, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back for another episode of the Chamber Podcast. My name is Rob Johnson, and joining me in studio is one of my all-time favorite businesses in Livingston County. I have Lauren Coffman from Brighton Ford. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Rob?
Good. I'm so happy you're here.
Glad to be here.
Now, everyone is largely aware of Brighton Ford and the, what it is you guys do. And what I always tell people anytime I'm talking about how much I love your company is it's one part, obviously selling and leasing vehicles, but it's also one part, you guys are very philanthropic. You guys do a lot in the community, and that's one of the things I love about you. We have the privilege of, documenting a lot of that stuff for you, which we love to do. But as we get into the winter season, this is where you guys start to ramp up, and you have a lot of programs going on. You wear more hats than you typically do. So for the listeners that are interested in what's happening in December and how they might be able to get involved in some of these programs, why don't you run through the list of what Brighton Ford has going on?
Sure. So you are very right. Right now is a busy time for us, and it's awesome. So the biggest one is our Toys for Tots drive, and it is our 23rd annual drive. And it's kind of two events in one. So it is a competition amongst the Brighton elementary schools, and Brighton Ford donates $5,000 to the elementary school art departments. And each school competes by the amount of toys that they donate to Toys for Tots is how they place. So first place is $3,000, second place is $1,000, and then third and fourth are both $500. So the kids get really, really excited, bringing by the toys, helping Toys for Tots, which is the Livingston County one. And then also the community, you don't have to go to school at one of the four, and they can bring my toys. So all day, every day, I look out my office and there's people bringing just bags and bags of toys for Livingston County Toys for Tots.
So people in the community can bring in toys, and do they vote with their toy for the school, or is it just separate?
You can.
Okay,
so
you can.
Sometimes it's grandparents and they're really excited that their grandkids go there. Sometimes it's neighbors that go there, and then sometimes they're just want to help out.
Just in-kind donations in general. That's awesome. That's got to be a super fun thing. And one thing you mentioned to me in the pre-show that I thought was cool was I know there's a deadline for the Toys for Tots, but it's not as though that's the time that people can stop bringing stuff by. Is that right?
Oh, of course. So last year I had probably 10 additional carloads that I brought after our Santa Night ended, which is great. So the Toys for Tots guys got to know me really well, and they'd be like, "Hey, Lauren, you're here with more toys." And like, absolutely, of course. So yes, the competition ends next Thursday at Santa Night, but we will absolutely take donations until Christmas Eve. Or I even had a few after Christmas, and the Toys for Tots warehouse will keep those toys and use them next year.
That's awesome.
So I will take any and every donation. So we're one of the biggest drop sites in Livingston County.
That's incredible. So what else is on the calendar? What else is on the docket for you guys this holiday season?
So we also do Coats for Kids, which is in partnership with WHMI and the Salvation Army. So that is any new or gently used coat, but also snow pants, boots, mittens, gloves, scarves, any winter apparel for kids. But you can also do adult sizes because kids can also wear adult clothing. So we collect those starting 2 weeks ago, and then it'll go all the way through January. So we'll do those. We also have different partnerships out there right now. We're doing something with the Humane Society. So check out our Facebook page for all of it. But Coats for Kids and the Toys for Tots are our biggest ones at the dealership.
Good deal. And if you're listening to this and you want a visual of all of this, we'll make sure all the links that Lauren's talking about are included in the show notes. So pop down to that section of whatever podcast player you're listening on and be sure to check that out. So Toys for Tots, the coat drive, it is always incredible to see just from, I'm not obviously inside the organization, but seeing how many moving pieces you have. Obviously, I know you've been with Brighton Ford for some time now. What is it like coordinating all of this and being in that position?
It is so fun. It is honestly the best job, and getting to see my coworkers and my peers, who we all live here, we work here, seeing the kids, seeing our kids go to school, my kids go to Brighton schools, and just seeing it all come to fruition, right? Like, we live here, we work here, we give back here. And it's really nice, working, you guys do some of our videos for us, and seeing it all come together in a holistic way is just really magical. And I drink a lot of coffee to get through it all, but it's absolutely wonderful and fun, and it's magical is the right word.
Yeah. I know last year as we were looking at these programs, and I think I was talking with you and Kim last year about a couple of things, and it was to see the impact that it brings throughout the community and something that people look forward to participating in. Anytime you have someone that's willing to participate in giving something, that says that it's a mission and cause that they're passionate about. I think it's really unique.
And we really try to focus on local charities so that way people can see that impact. One of the really interesting things is we kind of have regulars when it comes to donations, and we have this one couple that comes in, for example, and they will have their Explorer completely filled to the brim, and they've been collecting toys all year long. They see something that they think a child would like, and they save it, and then they bring it by to donate it. And it's really neat to see. I mean, there's so many people like that and so many stories, but to see them come, and then they come to the same place and we get to see them, and now we have a relationship with these people just because of how charitable they are and how much they want to give back. And it's just a feel good, it's the season, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. I know John Cuter, the general manager of Brighton Ford, he wasn't able to be on the show today, but if I know he has a huge heart for the community. What would you say is one of his biggest motivating factors for continuing to do these programs?
It's the whole reason he's in business, to be perfectly honest. We had this conversation this morning, and we sell cars, we service cars, but we do that so we can give back. That is 100% the reason behind it. And that's, as you know, a big part of my job of how to give back and how to make the most impact and support people who are close to us. And it's really nice to be a part of that.
Yeah. I've had a couple of conversations with John on that, and he's just has such a heart for the community in Livingston County and making sure that Brighton Ford is always doing their absolute best to be a part of that. It's awesome to see that. I wish it was more common with all businesses. I wish that was ingrained in their philosophy a lot more. But for you guys, it's such a great example to lead by for people. Yeah,
and we try, and at the end of the day, it's about family, right? It's about our community and our family, and we all have to make a living, but let's do so and make the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lauren, I know you're busy. There is more coffee to be poured, toys to be delivered. Anything else before we wrap today for the holiday season?
Just follow us on our Facebook page, and that is going to be your best bet to find all of our upcoming events. We have, different contests here and there, promotions, give backs, but we encourage you to follow us on Facebook, check out our website, and we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Excellent. Lauren, thank you as always. I appreciate that. And I'm excited to see how the tradition keeps growing. Hopefully there's more regulars, more, it was funny when you mentioned there's people just that pop in. You're used to seeing them come in and donate. That's such a cool thing.
It is. It's really, I keep saying magical, but it really is, just to see people and knowing that all year long they're going through and looking at toy sales and thinking of the kids. And, I got to tour the facility last year, the Toys for Tots facility. And it brought me to tears of just seeing what a well-run organization it is, how they have it planned out, where parents get to shop for their kids, choose what they think their child will like, and seeing it full circle of people thinking, buying the toys, dropping them off, delivering them there. And it's what the season's all about.
Excellent. Well, thank you again, Lauren. We'll make sure all that information is in our show notes. And I'm sure we'll do a wrap up or next year to see how things went, which I'm sure is going to be tremendous.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Chamber Podcast. Appreciate you all listening, and we will catch you on next week's episode. Take care.